spot. They used to bust the
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, this is the National Football League. Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams taking on Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Stafford going to throw from the outset. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 39 yards there. A big one.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this has taken that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game. But not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
They'll run for the first time here with Kyren Williams. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Now Stafford. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence, and here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you could see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
They'll start out here with the option left. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now a quick throw as they get it to Ayuk outside. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Purdy. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down at 7. Here's Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. Boy, a real head-scratcher there, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big, big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why wouldn't we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Purdy. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Purdy now to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
After the interception, here's Stafford. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. A big play there for L.A. 74 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Stafford. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second down and 8. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Finding Williams once more. Complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. And San Francisco gets set to go here. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. Flushed out right. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now Purdy. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 19. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Here now, 2nd and 4. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Looking middle, and that's complete. Touchdown! Juwan Jennings from 13 yards out. And the 49ers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Second and 10. Stafford. And got his man complete. 6 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Back to throw, Stafford. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now they'll send Kupp in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down. Here we go with Williams. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So you look back to the problems they've had with their kicking game, and their kicker here in this one probably influenced the decision there.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. Because he's had those misses, they didn't want to go back to him. That forced the issue, and they had to go for it there and didn't pick it up. That changes the whole complexion on how you call a game.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. They'll find Ayuk open right side. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down and 4. Operating from the gun. Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Purdy. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Stafford now to throw. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Niners set to take over on offense. And they'll start with a short field following that turnover as they look for points here before the break. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This one from 46 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Well, we do games together. We don't see a ton of these, but always impressive when someone can get through that quickly, Charles, and get a hand on a field goal attempt.
And the key to success for them on that play, they get off on the snap. They timed it like they knew exactly when it was coming, and that set him up to deliver the block kick.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, but neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time. We'll get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw. Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Purdy from the gun. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. But things just kind of continuing to unravel for him here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Purdy's throw complete here to Ayuk. Now he's free at the 35. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 76 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Extra point try now for Moody. And it's good to make it 14-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. 39 yards there, a big one.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kyron Williams taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Rams have got it back to within a score.
No touchdowns for them in the first half, but their defense kept them in this ball game. So now maybe this can loosen them up a little because they played tight so far, and they get right back in it with a touchdown run.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now, Brandon Ayuk ready to bring out the rest of this offense here for this upcoming series.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not.
And now look at him go. There he goes again. Inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, you know, most quarterbacks, when you talk about their big play ability, you talk about the arm. But this, an absolutely huge play with a leg.
And also with his mind, because he had to see this play develop in order to make the decision to keep it and run. And how about him looking up and seeing the seas part for him once he got past the line of scrimmage? My first thought, I think he can go all the way, and I'm trying not to take over your call of this play, partner.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. That's caught out right by Jennings.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Yeah, he'll try to run with this.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now Samuel.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Looking to throw. Purdy. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Purdy. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers.
Come on!
Brandon Ayuk with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Moody good with the extra point.
And it's now 21-7.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 22.
They'll look to Williams to begin things.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the 1st, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Stafford. Well, that'll be caught by Cup.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
Now Stafford. Going up top for Cup.
Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him.
A big play there for L.A.
41 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain?
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Purdy. This pass to Jennings, and he makes a catch. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Looking to throw. Purdy. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Rams will take over here at their own 12-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Throwing is Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And this is 4-down territory here. They know down 2 scores at this late stage, 10-yard passes aren't going to do it. So they took the shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they'll run it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. McCaffrey running up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the victory here for San Francisco, and you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.